Oh yeah, and also when you get more stuff, like you don't have to choose which things. I mean, it's kind of cool when you get to choose what all moves you want to upgrade, but like, this is a little nicer. This is basically a get straight to the point type of game, like version of the game. Right to the, But I can also call it the Let's Play friendly version.
There's no knob on this door.
I wish I'd stop interrupting the game for him to talk.
Well, thankfully it's just in like the beginning of the game. It's not like a thing that just keeps going. I remember back in the day thinking like, man, these games need to be longer. I beat this game in like a week, But then I realized I'm like, a game's pace really just depends on the game. A game's like length really depends on the pace of the game and like I don't want to pay $60 and play a 2-hour game or a game that takes 2 hours to beat, but like it doesn't have to be like 20 plus hours for it to be good. I've realized that. It just depends on the game. Let's see here. Now, if there's a game that's mostly multiplayer focused and they have a short campaign, as long as the multiplayer's good, I don't really care.
What's weird to me is all multiplayer only games from from the PS2 and back. Like Time Splitters.
Yeah. What about them?
It's just weird, like... We never, it was so hard to get friends over. We also didn't have a multi-tap.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we get people... Well, at least...
It took 2 business days to have friends over.
Yeah. It's because we're, busy with school. Well, you know what I mean.
I wasn't busy with school. I had all my homework done most of the time.
I don't remember exactly, but like it was just harder to have friends over at the time. Part of it is because before high school and stuff, it could be after high school with me, but we couldn't drive, we didn't have licenses. We didn't have.
I heard about friends hanging out all the time.
Oh yeah, I know.
Parents would take them.
But then we didn't hang out with people all the time. It's just like, I don't know. But yeah. So we kind of had to get used to playing single player, but we kind of got used to playing single player games because we didn't have many, friends to hang out with.
Well, we had friends we just couldn't hang out with.
Well, okay, yeah, to hang out with. I mean, like to be able to hang out with. We had, like one friend who was, yeah, I know.
No.
We had like
no. Why?
It's edgy.
That's actually autistic.
Look at the way he looks right now. Oh yeah, what I was gonna say earlier before I get into that is that the reason Sonic is like this, or why there's gameplay like this, is because of the popularity of God of War and stuff.
Oh man, God of War 2 is so good. I also do the God of War games on this channel sometime.
Yeah. First one gets really hard.
Oh my gosh, yeah. That one will definitely be in easy mode.
Yeah. But anyway, David Jaffe admittedly looks back at that one thing where he's like,
what, the final battle?
No, the one thing where you have to climb that tower that's like turning and like has the blades on it and stuff. He looks at stuff like that and he's like, yeah, that could have been fixed better.
Well, that's fine. The only thing in God of War 1 that frustrates me that I'm like, no, is the final boss.
Oh.
Final boss. Final boss is total BS.
I don't remember if the final boss was hard for me, but then again, I probably had it on easier mode.
Yeah. Well, try it on even normal mode and it's brutal.
Yeah. Well, anyway, so what I was getting at was like, we had like one friend that we'd hang out with, like that lived close, that lived pretty much within walking distance, slight distant walking, but like walking distance.
And he was a douchebag.
You just say that, why don't you?
Well, he was.
Well, anyway, so like he was a little, like a few months older than me, but he was in my grade.
Spoiled is probably the better thing. Not that I didn't want to hang out with him because I did, but he was a douchebag.
Well, you know, I mean, got better over time, but anyway, so
Not really.
anyway, and the name and location of this person is... No, I'm joking. So, but other than him, we just didn't really have a lot of people that would, well, at least, you know, conveniently be able to hang out with us. Like, and the thing is, a lot of the people who hung out, like, you're talking about friends hanging out all the time, is partially because a lot of them lived close to each other.
Yeah.
We lived,
Yeah,
like...
the whole city and Midwestern experience of everyone meet up here and hang out, you can't do that out here.
Oh, yeah, at least not where we are. Or at least not
There are no sidewalks, the roads are very curvy and have a lot of hills, and very dangerous because people go very fast.
Oh, yeah,
You can't walk down the road without probably getting hit.
Oh, yeah. So yeah, it was just kind of one of those things where it's just like, you know, we didn't really have a lot of options, and sometimes whenever I'd want to play multiplayer games, they didn't want to play it with me. My brother didn't want to play them with me.
Nope, you suck.
And so I'm just like, well, I gotta play some games that I'm able to play that don't require multiplayer. Sometimes I would like play the multiplayer games with 2 controllers plugged in and just play by myself.
Loser.
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 Yeah.
Loser. Hey, I've heard this call before.
Yeah.
I'll bet you have.
By the way, do you notice that you weren't paying attention? But did you notice that that these like this level is basically just all those tutorial levels combined right here? Like with at least with the Werehog.
Those tutorial levels were on like a city street. Blue streets.
No, I mean like the Werehog ones. Like this is all the Werehog ones combined.
Sonhog the Hedgehog.
Yep. Right.
I'm like, right? Lol.
Lol's randoms.
With a Z.
You know, whenever I said that and this person was pointing out, like, see, that's the kind of humor I'm talking about, where it's like, where it was funny in 2010, but it wasn't, you know, or in the 2010s, but it wasn't, it's not really, it's just kind of cringy now, and I'm thinking, shoot, I probably should have clarified, this is from a 2000s episode of Fed Up Parents. I like how he was just, like, still as he was falling. Okay. Whee! Still.
Oh.
Kill. Still. Cause it's die, mother effer, die, mother. Whee! Oh shoot. Oh, there we go. Well, Sonic is trying to function. This is his autism, you know. I think Sonic is the type that would, you know, hang out with an autistic kid and he'd go like, "Good job, buddy," you know?
Don't wanna slip and...
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, "Good job, friend, best friend."
Dear Lord.
But like, it was just funny because someone pointed out that like Sonic Frontiers, like when you create your character, the way he treats the character is basically like,
"Good job,
Sonic's my
buddy."
friend, you know. Like he actually like Sonic actually just calls the character Buddy. But it's just like, Sonic's friend! You know, Sonic friend. Do 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 do.
And do you remember? I doing.
Oh yeah, just like farting early.
Yeah. I know you can't hear them, but you have to feel them slapping out of there.
Yeah. Whee! Whee! The old video with you and Jacob. Wait, how do I stop? When he's riding the bike. Those videos hold up pretty well, right?
No. They weren't good.
Well, it was called We Were in High School, and that's what it's known as, is We Were in High School making videos. I remember when you essentially made like a YouTube boot type of video, sort of.
I don't remember making YouTube boot.
Well, not like, okay, maybe not hyperactive type. Well, maybe not. Maybe that's not the right term. It's whenever you were taking the clip from like Family Guy, and every time he said, every so many words, it would switch to a part from Kingdom Hearts. Someone saying water or something.
I did that?
Yeah.
I don't remember doing that.
Years ago, it was like 2007 probably, but you know.
You sure?
Yeah. No, I remember it. I remember it because I heard it over and over.
I have no recollection of it.
Well, maybe maybe it's a traumatizing thing that you tried to keep buried, but I'm trying to bring it back up and give you depression again. Because it brings me good joy.
You could break this wall with a punch, Sonic?
Why don't I break it with your face, Chip? In 2007, I was finishing up 7th grade and starting 8th grade. I don't know if that's important, but I said it anyway.
Yes. I don't know what you're talking about.
Did you watch Brutal Moose's video on like the trash can tapes or whatever he called it?
No.
So like that was one of the things where he was like, or he said something like, he's saying something like, this seems to be a conference recorded when I was about 1 year old. He says, I don't know if that's any significance to any of you, but I said it anyway. But like the way he said it was just like how he normally talks. So it was just funny. Like he didn't put any special way of saying that. He was just saying, let's see, I don't know if that's any significance to any of you, but I said it anyway.
Yep.
I have noticed that, like, I want to say that, you know, like him and JonTron have pretty much gotten away from like talking about games anymore.
Yeah, too bad.
I don't know if it's like a case of they're just burnt out of that stuff, or if they're like, you know, or games they haven't talked about, saying like, what can we add to this that someone else hasn't already added, you know, that kind of thing. I almost wonder about JonTron because I remember him talking at like a booth somewhere, like back in like 2014, 2015, something like that, talking about he was gonna at some point make a video about the Sonic Boom games, but obviously that never happened. He's made so many plans that that he never went through with, or he went through with like 1 or 2 videos and then he quit doing it. So basically, kind of like what I do sometimes.
Boom 06.
So here's what I've noticed. I want to make a video, like a sketch on it sometime, a skit or whatever video on it. So they like have like the YouTubers that were like, you know, YouTuber 1 that grew up on the Genesis Sonic games and being like, all the 3D Sonic games are bad, or they're not nearly as good as the perfection that is the older Genesis Sonic games. Sonic 2 is Ted Best, and like, you know, that kind of thing. And then you got the YouTuber saying, you know what, that's right, they are pretty bad and all that stuff, and I agree with these people. And then you know, during the 2010s, and then like you have the YouTuber that like doesn't want to admit they like the games they're talking about. They're like, oh yeah, these weren't good, I guess I was just nostalgia, but looking back on them now, they're not very good.
They're terrible.
Yeah, and then like now in the 2020s, when Sonic has gained popularity again, mostly thanks to the movie, has gained like, you know, a good reputation for the most part. YouTubers that still won't let go of the past. Sonic Mania is the best one. That's the only good Sonic game in years. And why are you all praising these? They're bad, you know. Then you have the YouTuber that's going like, other YouTubers like, actually, yeah, these are good. I don't know what I was thinking a few years ago. Ignore that, you know.
So.
And then like the person who was like didn't want to admit it, or didn't want to admit they liked those games, was like, see, I told you these are good, you know.
So, I love meme videos where just the words are enough. You don't even have to see the video aspect of it.
Yeah.
And this one is the Minions in 2001 in a CIA black site after being asked why they flew the planes into the World Trade Center.
Oh, hold on, Schmidt. Be right back. We're front, I mean back. Anyway. Oh yeah, we haven't brought up the music playing, right?
I'm so tired of it.
I think if they only have like this for like basic enemies. For the bigger enemies, they'll typically have like enemies that take a lot longer to kill. They'll have stuff like, they'll have some kind of different music, but they only have like so few tracks for battles like this. And it's like, it's fine if it's, because I think that like they need to have like maybe like, or at least change up the music depending on the area you're in, you know? Because I mean that's what well, you know, like change up. They could have had like some kind of different battle music for this, and then the next world is going to be, you know, next location set of levels is going to have a different type of battle music. I mean, to be fair, you got Pokemon that has that kind of, you know, they'll have the same music over and over. It just depends. It depends, Jimmy.
It just depends, Jimmy.
Jimmy Neutron. Oh, jeez. Well, there's Tails. And of course, this right here is a battle in the 360 version, PS3 version. This was a sign of Tails' regression. See, that would be a battle right there in the other version, but they just skipped it here.
What?
Like, it's just not a battle here. So yeah, they just took the PS3 and 360 versions, made them, you know, just made them some cutscenes here.
That's a new look. What happened?
Know me. Never a dull moment.
Never a dull moment. Oh yeah.
Thanks.
Chocolate!
That's chocolate. I bet that means that you turning into that and the planet breaking apart are somehow related.
I need to find Eggman and make him fix this, and fast.
About that, I think I know someone who might know something about what's going on here.
I think I might know someone who might know something with someone who knows something. You know,
I came to this city to gather some data. If we add that to his research,
that's like the kind of.
we'll be able to get to the bottom of all this.
I was like thinking about how
An easy jog if the planet weren't broken.
No problem.
No, I will not complain
One will get us there in a flash.
that
Let's get going.
the tornado levels were cut out.
Leave it to you, Tails.
Because the tornado levels in the 360 and PS3 versions are, well, you know, those are the only time they appear. But, yeah, there's only like 2 to be fair, but those are pretty bad. Because they're just the quick time events. Like, or maybe not quick time events, rather just press the button at the right time, you know, press the right button at the right time. Spagonia. It was like Italy or something. If they were Europe or something like that. Or France. I don't know. It's something related to Mexico.
Mexico, France, same place.
Yeah. I think the dog won, man. Is music they use a lot in a lot of and even in official Sonic stuff they'll use this music as the background music. This and the place we were in previously. Baker Street. Do I know Professor Do I know Professor Pickle? I did hear stories of a famous professor living in the area. But that's all I know. So, yeah. Just kind of waiting on Andrew. This place, something related to this was a track in Team Sonic Racing. I don't know if that's interesting to anyone, but I said it anyway. Let's see here. Back alley. Busy, busy, busy. Sorry, I can't help you. I'm right in the middle of things. Oh! The laboratory. Oh, the lab. Oh, that's what it's short for. Oh, I get it now. Are you looking for the professor? He's vanished into thin air. I'm having a hard time. I'm just doing this till I... So, he says the laboratory. Oh, the lab. That's what he was saying. Main Street. I don't know if the kid who... Okay.
Oh gosh, this is like they belong in Candyland.
Ah!
Ippolita.
Yeah.
Pickle Lab.
Yeah. Professor Pickle. Professor Pickle's... Ah! I don't know. This is the place, Sonic. Professor Pickle's laboratory. That assistant guy said he'd vanished. Let's go in. After that, talking for Tails.
Oh.
What?
What?
Pickle's been kidnapped?
It was a little bit before the tremors hit. This old man showed up.
That's just Sonic's voice.
And a whole pack of robots.
Yeah, I know.
They carried poor Professor Pickle off. Lab data and all.
It can't be.
That sure sounds like Eggman.
What a horrible thing to do. We've got to go help that professor guy out, and fast. If he got kidnapped that long ago, he's got to be real hungry by now. And if I was that hungry, I don't know how long I would last. I'd rather be dead.
Just be quiet, Scrappy-Doo.
They can't do anime style humor. That's really hard to do in 3D.
Yeah.
Even he's not that cool.
Okay. Let's go and find the professor.